Start recording. Bang.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is Miguel Antonio Barragan with Mad Boxing or the Mad Boxing Show. I am your co-host, of course, also with Andrew. Don't get it twisted, Lapashe. It is Sunday afternoon-ish here over here. We wanted to kind of throw you guys some sort of content because there was some boxing this weekend, but rather uneventful. And really, besides that, no noteworthy news. But we wanted to, not skip a week because we like to keep you guys in the know from whatever we know, and we like to make sure that you guys keep us on top of the stack, so to speak. But before we get into what happened this weekend, first and foremost, Andrew, what has happened, brother? How you doing?
Hey, how's it going, Miguel?
It's going all right, man.
I would say we're giving them updates today.
Okay.
Seems like a few of our stories are just going to be updates from what we gave them earlier in the week.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, that's where we're at right now. That's how I would call this one.
All right. Fair enough. That
But
makes
yeah,
a lot more sense.
everything's good. Everything's good. So family's healthy. Everyone's in school. What else can I say?
Yeah. Better weather. It's starting to warm up over here.
Yes. Yeah, same here. Now look, it's supposed to rain a little this week, but
Mhm.
I believe just a overnight kind of deal. It
Mhm.
gets by real fast, and then yeah, it's starting to look really nice. The green can't get any more greener than what I see out here on the hills right now.
Yeah, no, I hear you. It's we might get something similar to you, like, but that's like probably later on Tuesday, I think, is last I saw. We might get a little bit of showers on Tuesday, but for the most part, it's going to be warm, and we're already in the high 60s, so already approaching the fucking 70s, right? It's like this is one of the things which is funny, the fact that I live here in Vegas, but it's one of the things I hate about this fucking town is the heat. The winters don't last long. The summers drag like a motherfucker. So I'm already missing the cold. In other words, like I
That, I
like
was gonna say, Miguel, that is a terrible place to
that's a
live if
terrible.
we're
Hey,
not
I came
liking
here with
heat,
my
bro.
for real. I came here with my fucking folks. When I was 12, I didn't have a choice. As an adult, I'm like, I don't think I can afford to live anywhere else. So let me just fucking, it's like sweat or be broke. Like I'll sweat. I'm fine. Every place here has a damn swimming pool or some sort of air conditioning something or other, so it's bearable. But unless you're like out and about walking, yeah, you don't want to do that shit. If you got to go walk your dog, you do that shit early as hell because it is way too damn hot to do it in the afternoon.
Right, right. No, totally agree.
Yeah. All right. Well, then we can do some updates then. Cool. Because there was some fights on the zone that were pretty cool. They were like basically junior flyweights, if I'm not mistaken, and they were fun. I'm not gonna say they weren't. And the more eventful fight of the weekend took place on Thursday or Friday, I believe it was, with Oshaki Foster defending his WBC junior lightweight title. He ended up fighting Abraham Nova. Funny enough, Abraham Nova, like he we there's always certain things that fighters have to do to kind of like set themselves apart from other people. He has this thing where basically he like dyes his beard. He's got like some bleaching on his beard or some shit. So he got some weird funny color. And then he comes to the ring with a mascot. Basically, it's a big old like person of himself. Essentially, the way most college teams, football teams or basketball teams have a fucking mascot. Like that's what this dude has that
Right,
follows him.
right.
So things
Yes.
like that tend to, like you might forget his name. Obviously he's got an easy last name Nova, but you might forget him, you might forget that, but then you're like, oh yeah, that guy with that thing, with the big ass fucking mascot in his corner. Those are the kind of things that you tend to remember about certain fighters. So, good on him for making himself or trying to have himself stick out, from the rest of the crowd. But he had a chance at the WBC Junior Lightweight Championship in Oshaki Foster. Everybody is on, Foster's. I don't know, the hype train. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not undefeated. He has a couple of losses, right? So I'm kind of glad that that's the case because here in the boxing culture, we tend to put a lot of emphasis on undefeated records. So that's not the case with Foster, but he's had some troubles outside of the ring. But he's currently the 130-pound champ, WBC champ at that. So that's he's in a pretty good spot actually as far as like where he goes from here because ultimately he did ended up getting a unanimous decision victory, but it was a fun fight. Like there was a couple of times where I was like, hold on, is there's this saying, when you become champion, you become like X percentage better all of a sudden because your confidence goes through the roof and everything. And you can tell that he had that confidence in him, but he was getting tagged. There were a couple of times where he got hit, and we're like, oh shit, that fucking Philly roll wasn't working, and Nova was able to land a few shots. I don't know if he was ever stunned, but there were a couple of times where Nova seemed to like stop him dead in his tracks. And as Max Kellerman would say, oftentimes class tells over time. So towards the latter half, O'Shaquie really started to pull away and got himself a victory. It was a good fight. It was entertaining. He even got himself a knockdown. Shaqi knocked down Nova, I believe, in the 11th or 12th round. I forgot what round it was, and it was kind of iffy because it looked like it was more of a balanced shot. But the ultimate definition of a knockdown is it would he have gone down had he not been hit, and he probably wouldn't have. So the hit is what sent him down. It's his own fault that he was out of balance. But nonetheless, it counts as a knockdown, and that pretty much sealed the deal for Foster, and he retained his WBC title. So after the fight, I want to say he did mention Navarrete. He says if Navarrete is not available, then he'll take a look at whoever wins out of Valdez and his next opponent. I can't remember his name right offhand, but were you able to catch that fight on Thursday or Friday? I think it was Friday, right?
Friday night, yeah. Yes, yes, I did, and look, it was an excellent, in my opinion, excellent showing for Foster. His coming out party really for being a headliner, main event, being the champion, right? Love this. When I say love the story, it's just a good story, right? Guy says he's literally in jail, was arrested a lot of times. I got to say that. I was like, wow.
Yeah, took him a lot to learn. In other words.
Yeah, we got to bring that down. That number of arrests needs to come down, Mr. Foster. We can't be doing that anymore. But anyways, I was really shocked on how many times the guy said he had been arrested. But one of the times he was incarcerated, the last time actually, he was watching Terrence Crawford and was like, man, I can do this. And I mean, you fast forward his life a few years and now he's a main event being called the champ. You know what I mean? He's had a decent past few fights. You add up his last 4 opponents, they're like 100 and something wins with only 2 defeats. You have the undefeated Ray Vargas in there. That's a great name on the resume. And then you just added a highly declarated Cuban fighter, right? And the Nova. It's starting to look good for the young man. He just needs to stay on the path, right? Don't fuck this up. Everything's in front of him now. Love the fight with Navarrete. Navarrete is going to throw a lot of punches. He better get that defense up because I agree. There was some rounds. I had to fight 8-4. I have him clearly winning.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Yeah, clearly winning the fight. But there were rounds where the body language started looking bad for Foster. Like he was doubting. And then he had to get his rhythm back, and then you could see it would all start working again. But there was doubt in some of those rounds where when you get to the bigger opponent, Navarrete especially, he's gonna bring that doubt. He's gonna bring
he's gonna make you doubt. He's gonna make you fucking doubt. Yeah.
So yeah, definitely. But it's just a good story. Talent is there. He was jumping back and forth, orthodox and southpaw. Good combinations. I liked what I seen. He has 2 defeats, but he's been undefeated for 7 years. And like I said, that last 4 opponents, 100 and something wins, and Ray Vargas on there, who was undefeated at the time you beat him. It's starting to shape up for the young man. So I have no problem seeing that. Hopefully Top Rank could get him and Navarrete the main event on. And they're even talking about the winner of, is it Valdez and Wilson?
Yeah, I forgot who was Valdez's opponent, but basically
Liam Wilson.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I want to say Foster said if Navarrete is not available, which I mean he should be. I mean I think he fought back in November, so I don't see why Navarrete wouldn't be available. But I think he said if he's not available, then he'll see who wins between Valdez and his opponent, and then he'll go after that. Which is, I mean, hey, you know what? That's what we want to hear, right? That's what we want to see. I mean, at least he's showing us that he's got the skills and he's talking the talk. You know what I'm saying? He's doing it right now. He's not saying, no, I'm just going to defend my belt to do X, Y, Z. He's like, no, I want to fight all the fucking good dudes. And those are the top guys at that weight class right now. So I'm liking what he's saying. You know, I'm liking the attitude. Whether or not that changes down the line is another story, because that does tend to happen when guys, once they reach the top, then it's like another story. But yeah, I'm liking what he's saying. Hopefully, you know, a fight with him and Navarrete, because I would much rather see him fight somebody like Navarrete before Valdez. But yeah, I want to say that's what he said. If Navarrete is not available, then he'll go after the winner of him and
because he has a title.
Mm-hmm.
And you're trying to maximize the fight with Navarrete. This is on Foster now. Top Rank is trying to maximize the fight with Navarrete between him and Foster.
Sure.
You might want to send him to the winner of Wilson and Valdez, especially if Valdez wins. Because if Valdez is ever going to get a title around his belt, is around his waist again, it's going to be Foster at this moment. Don't wait for Foster a year or two from now, because you're probably not going to be able to touch the guy. So if I'm Valdez, I'm definitely looking into even taking, you know, whatever I got to do to get that fight, because that'll probably be one of his last shots to getting the title around his waist before he's out of here. He's already fought in a lot of the guys at the top for Top Rank. He lost both times with Shakur and Navarrete. So yeah, I don't, you know, this Foster could be his last chance, and then it would maximize the fight with Navarrete between, if Foster was to win, now he's known in the Mexican community, put him up against Navarrete as a very, I mean, come on, Ray Vargas and Valdez going up against Navarrete, pretty strong resume.
Yeah, exactly. And I think I want to say he did also mention briefly Lamont Roach Jr., who's another belt holder. Obviously not the same name recognition, although he is a belt holder. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Maybe, you know, unify with another champion, and that'll give him even more leverage to get himself a nice payday against someone like Navarrete or even Valdez if he comes out the winner. But yeah, like I'm digging the fact that he's going to the very top. You know, he's saying like these are the best in the weight classes, and I want to be that guy. Like whoever is the best in his weight class, I'm going to beat that guy. So I'm digging it. You know, like I said, he's talking the talk. So I'm you know, it's now at some point he's going to have to walk the walk, right? And he's in the process of
he's 30. So. And he's 30, bro.
Yeah.
So it's time. They got to move now. You know what I mean? It's only downhill from there. You'll like to try to make it stay at a you know, certain level for in your 30s, but most of the time we know it's downhill for these athletes. So, and that's one thing that was funny about ESPN. They kept saying like prospect and young guys and all. It was like, man, both of these dudes are 30 years old, man.
Yeah. It's like calling them youngsters. Like, no, they're not really. They kind of, you know, they can rent a car now. You know, like that means they're kind of old at that. I mean, by boxing standards, and you know, it's been said before. It's like 30 is the new 20 or some shit. They always say that stuff like that. I mean, it really isn't. But you know, for some guys, you know, like the example of Spence and Crawford, we see them, you know, later and later in life, and even fucking Canelo, who's like 30, will be 34, I think, later this year. So you know, it's not uncommon as or it's more common now than it used to be, seeing guys in their late 20s and early 30s still at the top of the heap in whatever weight class they're in. So you know, you don't want to risk it. He's already 30, so you might as well start fucking going that direction.
What's going to help some of these guys in this generation, and I'm being dead serious, just my opinion, they didn't fight a lot. They didn't fight a lot. But I don't think we have any fighters. Once again, just my opinion, not trying to piss all you guys off. I don't think we have a Bernard. I don't think we have a Bernard Hopkins or Juan Manuel Marquez out there anymore. I'm dead serious, dude. You think there's a fighter out there drinking his urine in some gym? And I'm dead serious. You think there's a fighter that even Floyd? I've never taken a drink. I've never smoked tobacco. What did Bernard tell everyone? He has one slice of cake a year? Dude doesn't even eat. I don't know. You know, listen, this is what he's told us. And seriously, at like 50, the dude used to rip up his shirt. And you'd be like, yeah, I don't know. He looks like he's in fucking shape to me. You know what I mean? Bernard always looked like he could fight even when he wasn't in the ring. So you hear this dedication. Obviously, Marquez showed it on HBO. And that's dedication that I don't think it's there anymore. I think these men are a lot. Like Mike Tyson said, there's a lot of businessmen running around in this sport right now.
Sure.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
mean that makes sense. I mean it's I think those are the few examples that guys because I mean I think everybody is their main concern is making sure that they have number one their faculties in their brain and number two enough money in the bank to walk away from the sport when that time comes. So I think that's the primary goal is not really necessarily fighting more than one time or doing it within a year or whatever the hell, right? The inactivity is a big deal. Is kind of the common thread now amongst younger fighters. But no, I don't think we have those kind of fighters right now. But it really is true. There's just a lot of businessmen out there that are
We're
boxers, and it doesn't seem like they're too interested in the legacy part. They're just like, let me make sure I get this fucking cash.
the money was too good. The money was too good. Floyd put these guys in a whole nother and I know that people had made money before, right? We talked about in the old days, Roberto Duran versus Floyd was the equivalent of what Floyd made. They were making like 27 million back then too. Sugar Ray was. He really was. If you look at his payout and what things costed back then, the cost of living, he
Yeah.
was making a shit ton of money too. We had the one Cinderella Man. He made $1 million in what was that? The fight. Remember the
Yeah. I'm trying to think of his name. Starts with a B. Can't think of
Braddock?
his. Oh, is that
Braddock.
what it is? Yeah. That's
Yeah,
what it is.
James Braddock. But he made $1 million in 1930 something. You know what I mean? So their money was always there. I think what happened in the sport. Shut the door now. Get up, get out, and shut the door. Sorry about that. Can't have that today.
Gotta let him know. Gotta let him know.
Yeah, can't have that today. What I think what was different in the Floyd one was he was making so much money. You got to remember, Floyd was the equivalent of a blockbuster movie on opening weekend. They were doing that in one night. They were doing that in a matter of hours.
Yeah.
So everybody wanted a piece of this, right? This guy is bringing in 100 and something million and fucking from fucking 6 to 10 p.m. We're making this much money. Like, how can I get my hands on that? Is what everyone wanted. So they started overpaying, right? Everyone's overpaying everyone now. And the guys got used to that. Well, they're going to dry all that shit out because the money's gone. Nobody turned into Floyd. There's been no blockbuster night since Floyd left. Hell, Manny Pacquiao can't even give us he never even gave us another blockbuster night after he was done with Floyd. So that dream, I think, is gone. You're going to watch boxing hit a low, which I think we're in right now. And then when the investors or whoever the promoter starts getting their money back behind the sport, they'll go to these fighters and go, hey, look, it's a different sport. We're in a different world. Not saying they're going to be paying UFC dollars.
Sure.
But they're definitely coming down on some of these guys' fucking outrageous prices. You know what I mean? And it should be. It should be. If the fight can't generate so much amount of money, there's no way you can demand this and I'm not fighting if I don't make this. Some of this, the demands these guys have nowadays is outrageous. When you look at the fans, I'm on social media, I'm looking at who's watching these fights, or you know what I mean? It's like, where do they think this money's coming from? Sometimes it's, well, we know where it was coming from for years. PBC, right? He had a free check, and a lot of those guys are being lied to, man. They think their ratings are way bigger than what they are. We know that story. But you still have Bob Arum, you still have Golden Boy, and all these other guys that have been out for this long too. So and seriously, probably why Bob Arum lost Floyd Mayweather, and it's probably why Bob Arum lost Terrence Crawford, right? It's not like Bob really hasn't been a part of a big fight. He wasn't a part of De La Hoya Mayweather. They both leave Bob on that one too.
Well, but Wilder Fury, no? I mean, that's kind of the only one, really.
That's big. It's big. I don't know if it was a Floyd night, you know? There was so much money leaving that night to both of those men. I mean, yeah, but no, Bob hasn't been in part of a big fight in a minute, you know? I think a lot of that has to do with the money's drying up, and he's not in this to lose money.
No.
Right? He did that. He's not in this to. Oh yeah, I'll write 20 million and not even know if I'm gonna get that back. You're crazy.
No, he's not the Arabs, right? He's not that.
I'll sign Canelo to 30 million and not even know if I'm gonna get that back. Come on, these are insane. Right. Anthony Joshua, you're insane. Bob's probably like, you're insane. You know the fighters I used to work with.
Yeah, that's why he let fucking Teofimo go for that one fight in DAZN with Cambosos. He's like, what? Want to pay you how much? Like, no, bro, fuck out of here.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, he told him to go sign with who is the company? Triller. He goes, hey, have a good time. Go ahead, go sign it. Then he comes back. Oh, they didn't have the money, boss. They didn't have the money.
R.I.P. Triller. Haven't heard those motherfuckers in my now. Triller Fight Club. I think the app is still around, but I don't know if they're putting on fights. That's for damn sure.
The most genius thing they did was Metallica. They had Metallica on one. That's the most genius thing those guys did. Maybe it was the Roy Jones and Tyson, or it was the Metallica, but they had like one payday, and then everything else was just shit. And you'd be honest with you, I don't even know. I think Roy Jones and Tyson, it didn't end good for Roy either. I think he might have had to go to court to get his money from Triller.
No, I think I heard the same about Tyson, but I don't know if it was that specific one, like if it was the Triller one or what. But yeah, that didn't turn out that well. So I mean, looking at how much of the money is drying up, and right now we're kind of at a low point, right? Can it get any lower? Do you think it's going to get any worse before it gets any better from where we are, or are we at rock bottom right now?
I believe we're there right now. The only thing that would scare me right now, Miguel, is if there was a big shakeup at Top Rank, meaning Bob leaving unexpectedly, taking his first class ticket home.
Yeah, to that big promotional in the sky.
Yeah, the big fight.
Right. Yeah, so, that's inevitable at this point. I mean, how on borrowed time, really.
Yes,
like, how much? Because I mean, really, besides that, we know the troubles that DAZN and Matchroom is having, right? We're starting to get this PBC on fucking Amazon Prime whenever that happens. I mean, De La Hoya is still on DAZN, Golden Boy. They might be like by default the next best thing. Should Top Rank go wherever it goes once Bob is gone.
Oscar needs to stop doing underwear posts. I don't give a fuck that the man thinks because he's 15, he's an adult, he can go. There are children that are following him, little boxers. I'm not talking about like children, like 2-year-olds. I'm talking about young men, young boxers, right? Like, can we grow up just to fuck? What? So we're not supposed to tell our kids to look up to you because you want to run around in your fucking underwear on you know what I mean, on videos?
Yeah. Or look, do it all yourself. Just don't post it. Fuck, just don't post it.
I don't know why. Like, it's like, why?
Like, I don't what he just sounds like a chick now, dude. It's just trying to get all this fucking attention. It's like, bro, stop, please stop, damn it. Like,
and we know that's why it's happening. You hit it right on the head, bro. Mm-hmm. It's not him acting like a chick, it's his chick.
Yeah. Right.
We know who's the one posting it. She's giggling in the back. She's doing, but it's like, dude, you're dating a man. You're dating one of the baddest dudes out of East LA, right? Like the motherfucker, 100-something wins, gold medal, 9 world titles, 6 different weight classes. How much as he went? Like, you're dealing with one of the, like, why are we doing this to his image?
Sure.
So Oscar needs to stop, because I'm telling you, there's going to be a lot of people that don't want to work with him because of the way he acts. And I think he's a legit. I've always said I would work with Oscar. Might not party with him. When the moon goes up and the clock strikes midnight, you might want to go home.
When the streetlights come on, it's like, oh shit, I gotta go home. Yeah,
I don't want to hear any fucking bullshit story. You know who you're fucking playing. It's like when you go out with your friend who always gets in trouble. Your parents don't give a shit, dude. You know who you're going out with that night. Mm-hmm. So no, but I would. I was about to say party. No,
you wouldn't party.
That's hella funny. No,
it's like, oh, I would always do some lines with. I mean, no. Wait, let's get back on track here. Oh.
I would work with him as far as promoting. Yes, Oscar needs. If I was him, because of what's going on. Look, he moved into Las Vegas right as rumors start happening about Top Rank, maybe or is up for sale, maybe Dana White. But what do you think Oscar's moving into LA for, Las Vegas for now? Right, territory's about to be open, man. So I'm hoping that whoever Bob Arum puts to take over Top Rank and Golden Boy can work with ESPN and carry this thing into the future. I don't have a lot of respect or confidence for the PBC, and it's because of their platform. It's because they think it's cool to turn away fights because they don't make enough money, right? Oh, the fight will be so much bigger if we wait. And they like literally tell us this shit and then give us these weak ass fights that no one wants. And we're supposed to pay top dollar and say how cool the dude is, even though he's not fighting the guy. Gervonta Davis not being in a fight with one of the other big heads, and we're not talking model fucking Ryan Garcia right now. We're talking about one of the other big heads, the other four Kingsmen or whatever it was said. How many years ago?
Yeah.
How many fucking years ago?
They were all that lightweight at the time. Now fucking all
Lomachenko's been abused by Lomachenko's been abused by everyone. You can't get a piece of even that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you know what? Like that irks me more when I hear stuff like Leonard Ellaby try to discredit a potential opponent, talking about that fucker's never been on pay-per-view, he's never sold out, yada yada. So oh really? So what does that mean? You're never gonna fight then? Like really, you're only gonna fight guys who make as much or sell as many tickets as Gervonta or more? How many of those guys are there really? Does that mean you're just not gonna fight until that shit happens? Like no, obviously not. Then you turn around and fucking fight, Rolando or fucking Pitbull Cruz. It's like, does that motherfucker, like he doesn't sell out of damn arenas, like yeah, he talks and yeah, he gets people, interest in it, but it's like stop saying that irks me so much. The fact that they discredit these potential opponents because they don't have the fucking same star power, but then they go out and turn around and fight some motherfuckers.
Some nobody.
Yeah, some nobody. It's like
Raleigh Romero literally coming out and going, why are you guys knocking me because I took lesser money to fight some guy who's because the fight with more money is a better fight. That's why. That's why you were going to get more money, fucktard. Right? That's how it works, Raleigh.
Yeah.
Like, why are you getting mad at me? I would spend more money for the nicer car because that's how it comes, Not spend more money on the car that gets beat up more. No, I want the nicer car. That's just how it goes. Like, it's just so. And then he comes out here and he tells us, they say this shit to us, and we're supposed to just buy that.
And so on the topic of how low the boxing is right now, one of the things that I hear often from like casual fans is how difficult it is to keep up with the sport, because it was on HBO, which is premium channels. It was on Showtime. Now it's on Amazon Prime. Now that pretty much everybody already has Amazon Prime, so it's not like it's going to be another subscription or another channel that they have to subscribe to. This was what PBC did at the very beginning as well. They were on Fox. That went to shit because that stopped real fast. It was primarily on Showtime. Rarely was it on Fox, and it seemed to have just basically evaporated at some point. So it's just strictly Showtime, which again is a premium channel that you have to pay for a certain extra subscription for. So now that because back then there was boxing on ABC, right, as a worldwide world of sports, whatever the fuck it's called. So they would be readily available, easy to keep track of some of the fighters, remember their names, see them regularly, and then not have to fork up any cash to find these guys. Now they're going to be on Amazon Prime. Is that? I mean, we thought that was a sign of good things, right? If they're going to be on Amazon Prime or Prime Video, excluding whatever pay-per-view they're planning to do at some point. But does that look promising to say, like, okay, now we might be able to create some stars because they're going to be on, not free per se, but on Amazon that everyone already has?
It looked promising until De La Hoya and Bernard hit us with the fucking news that none of this is guaranteed money. They don't have a guaranteed platform. Miguel, I haven't heard no announcement of the Amazon schedule. What's your fight date? All right, we get it. Telefimo was Takeover Thursday the other day. But guess what? We know that they fight on Thursday. ESPN fights on that Thursday. What is PBC's schedule with Amazon? Right now, all I know of is they have a fight that's going on pay-per-view through Amazon.
Sure.
Is that really the only platform he has struck a deal with? Because if that's the case, this thing is totally not going anywhere. It's not, bro. None of the PBC has had so many pay-per-views. They would already be a moving business. They would be the UFC already. They've had 5 years of doing this, man. They had the best fighters. If their product was moving numbers, they wouldn't need Amazon platform, or they would just be in a better place than where they are today. So I think Amazon, just because you put Zoo versus Thurman on an Amazon platform, you think you're going to get some average Joe go flipping through the channels and go, oh man, there's boxing on tonight for $80 or $40. I'm going to buy this. Wow, that's so cool. No, the fuck? No, they're not. They didn't. But our numbers are going down. They're not going up. And now you think they're going to buy it on a platform without no show, no fights, no nothing?
Yeah.
You're just going to put up some commercials and people are going to just buy? No way. No way.
You don't think the PBC fanboys are going to jump on like the way they did previously? Because I mean, they're the ones that primarily order the pay-per-views, right? It wasn't really the general public. Is that, I mean, until Gervonta and Ryan came around, was in the story, but that's the exception. It's not really the rule. Do you think the PBC guys, the fan base, is gonna follow them to Amazon?
I believe the PBC fanboys have already let down Al Heyman and the guys. I mean, I can name numerous pay-per-views that they never broke 100,000 buys.
Yeah, okay.
So if you've got numerous pay-per-views that are not doing 100,000, it's not changing. Especially Thurman coming back.
I mean, who's not a star in the U.S., man?
No.
Let alone fucking wow. Yeah.
So and to go, to go back to what we talked about last week about the pay-per-view buys of. So if they got, I think we averaged Canelo around 600,000, and it brings us in roughly like 40-something million, 48 million, something like that. A lot of his fights did not get to 600,000, though. We're kind of giving Canelo even a little. Yeah, dude. I looked him up and was like, oh my gosh, like it's bad right now. It's bad. He's supposed to be the face, bro, and you're bringing in 500,000. But anyways, so you look at 48 million, bro. We haven't taken out taxes. We haven't taken out platform cuts, PBC cuts, the undercard cut.
Yeah.
Like, dude, there's so much to. Who's putting the event together? We know it's not Amazon, so somebody has to come out the pocket to rent the arena, right? To rent to put the events on. So yeah, that 40 million sounds good. Oh yeah, hey, just pay Canelo with that. We're fine. No, we're not. No, we're not. Yeah. We're not fine. That's a nice piece of the puzzle, but that was never the whole pie. Or that's a nice, I guess it'd be better to say it was a nice piece of a pie, but it was never the whole pie. The ticket sales was never the whole pie in boxing. Mm-hmm. It always came from guaranteed money from HBO or pay-per-view. That is what the networks, the promoters were mainly after. The tickets was like hey, we did really good, man. This fight is selling too. But when they got that 5 million, 8 million guaranteed already from HBO to split it up against the two fighters, that was what the fighters were really fighting for. The tickets was always, and now we're like begging that these tickets say we got to sell these arenas out. It's like we're back to square one. So no, I don't think Amazon's gonna do good. I really don't. I hope it does.
But not even for the fights that aren't, because I know they're not gonna all be pay-per-view, right? I mean, I have to assume we don't. Again, like you mentioned, we don't know the schedule yet, but I have to assume that.
You look it up, bro. We're in 2024. This contract starts next month. When? When Zoo versus
March 16th, right?
All right, so the contract is in. Where is the dates?
Yeah. No, yeah, that's coming up real soon. Fuck yeah. Or March 30th. Sorry, March 30th. So a month and a half, but still, it's like we kind of should have the rest of the damn schedule already, other than what they've already mentioned about was it the Tank later on
Tank
in
Davis's return.
Yeah, yeah.
Tank Davis's return. That should be on schedule, at least like a TBA.
Right.
Errol Spence's return. Not even a TBA.
No, I'm on their shit. I went to the PBC website right now on my phone right now.
Damn
and it's
it,
like,
he's laughing.
Just the only one that I'm showing. That's the only one. Nothing else, yo. March 30th. Nothing else on the fucking.
Are you serious?
Oh, nothing. Fuck.
Yeah, there's no guaranteed money in that platform, dude. Nope. I don't think Amazon even. I think this was the easiest deal ever struck. They sat down with Al and was like, all right, this is what we give you. All these are customers. What do you give us? Yeah, that's it, Al. No, that's it. We're giving you all this. What are you going to give us now? Al was like, wait, no money? No money. Yeah, fuck. Seen your fucking pay-per-view buys. You can walk.
Yeah. And then there was like no negotiation. Al was like, sure, why not? I was like, oh, okay, cool. That was easy. Fuck, get out of here. You know? Like, I'll give you the guarantee. No guarantee.
Raleigh Romero, you are so stupid. If this fight doesn't do 30,000 buys, you know how dumb this young man looks? He walked away from a guaranteed highest payday ever.
More than against Gervonta? Did he get? Was he offered more than?
Yes. Bernard and Oscar both are on record saying the highest payday ever, guaranteed. That was not even. We're not even talking numbers. We're talking guaranteed, people.
Yeah. That's the check clearing at that moment.
At that moment, yeah. Everything else is a plus.
Sure.
Fuck.
It's not a good position. Not a good position in boxing.
Not a good position for us at all. No. Nope. We got ESPN and Bob don't have. Bob needs an American to come out and stick up for him again. Last two big American fighters, and Floyd Mayweather and Terrence Crawford, both jump ship, man. They both leave and they don't seem too happy. Fucking Terrence is suing for racism. Never want that card pulled. Didn't go anywhere, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, the attempt was made.
Yes. You know what Floyd used to say about he only catered to Oscar because he made more money with the Mexicans and didn't want to, even though I think Oscar would have whooped the shit out of Floyd. I think they were protecting Floyd. I'm sorry. Floyd in his early days never looks like he could beat Oscar De La Hoya in his prime. And that's when he would have fought Oscar. You're not fighting Oscar old. You fought him old. And you got a split decision then.
Yeah.
And every time I watched the fight,
yeah,
I smile a little bit more, Floyd. I'm saying every fucking time I watch that fight, bro, it's like, yeah, I don't know. Oscar shows that man no respect in that whole thing. I don't give a shit how many right hands he threw. Oscar shows him no fucking respect during that whole fight. It was like he was your older brother whooping your ass. They were baby shots, but he's definitely the older brother.
Mm.
And in his prime, no way. So anyways, you could say, go ahead.
Could we think, is it enough to make the argument that Shakur might be going in that direction to say, because like he's retired, right?
Didn't he just turn down?
Yeah. So is that going to be something where I mean, let's be real, he's not going to really fucking retire. Of course he's going to be back. There's no fucking way he's not going to be back. He's still young. He's done nothing else but box his entire life. He's not just going to stop and walk away, especially from the contract that he has.
$15 million.
Yeah, right.
Oh, so $15 fucking million he's walking away from.
Is it plausible to think that he's going to try to go that same route that Floyd and Terrence went and eventually try to get away from Bob?
It's either that or Telefimo.
And could this be some sort of ploy or something? Nah, Telefimo, I don't know. Well, maybe, but I don't know.
No, what I mean by that, Miguel, he goes, finds out he ain't worth $15 million and comes right back.
Gotcha.
Says, I'm sorry. I need that Navarrete fight. I need that. Well, he already fought Valdez, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I need that Foster fight.
That Loma fighter, whomever the fuck.
Yeah. No, man. Look, dude, you watch Shakir Stevenson walking away from $15 million. Who the fuck do you think you are? Look, I know baseball and football and all those are making way more money, so you don't want to really, I only make 15 million. Some other athlete might laugh at you, but how big are you? How much do you weigh?
Yeah.
Could you play any other sport? Because if not, 15 million's way more than what the average Joe makes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, I'm just saying, get in where you fit in, right?
Yeah, and that's being offered to you, you know?
I can see if you're fucking 6'9" and throwing 90-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yeah.
I can see if you're 6'9" and you played in the college Alabama in the fucking national title game, but you ain't none of these guys. So stop comparing your money. You're not going to make what the 6'9" center makes in whatever NBA team. You're not making that money. Just being real, like 15 million. Shakur, I don't see anyone talking about Shakur. I don't see his name on billboards like Stevenson, Valdez, sold out.
Yeah.
Tickets were so fucking hot. No.
No, that was more for us. That was more for the hardcore fan than really the casual fan.
This is them drying these guys up. They probably said, oh, fine, fucking walk. Goodbye. Remember Adam Sandler, dude? Adam Sandler on the phone of what's the one where he gets his uncle's money?
Oh, Mr. Deeds?
Mr. Deeds. They're Mr. Deeding these guys, eh? Yeah. Go ahead, go play somewhere else. Then they'll come back calling. They'll come back. Especially.
That's what I'm thinking.
Bro, especially when they get the number. Look, and I don't want to start rooting against it. I just got no faith in it. But especially when they get the numbers back from this fucking new venture of the platform, the Amazon thing.
Amazon Prime, yeah.
And if those come back with 30,000 buys, 60,000 buys, no, everyone's going to be like, yeah, what's that guarantee? Hey, Bob, you still got that guaranteed 15 million?
Yeah. Bob's phone's going to be ringing off the hook real fast. They'll be like, hey, so about that deal.
They got guaranteed money. Saudi Arabia comes into the picture, right? You're going to see a lot more guys working because that's guaranteed money, man. Yeah, I don't have any faith. I don't have, and you know what? Leonard Ellerby still hasn't come out and shot that story down. So it's got to be real. It has to be real. Yeah, it's
I have told you that like a few times I've gone to the Westgate here and to put some bets on something, and I see him walking around. Like I think if I ever see him again, I think I would want to ask him like, hey, what is that? Did you hear about that? You hear fucking Oscar talking and Bernard talking about no guaranteed money with Amazon Prime? Like, is that true? At least at the very least get something out of him. Because he's always just fucking placing money bets on racehorses and shit at the sports book.
All we have to ask him is why isn't there a schedule of dates yet? The PBC had a schedule as soon as the PBC announced it was going on its own. There was Fox, and everything said TBA or whatever, but they wanted you to know that they had these dates locked.
Yeah.
There should be a schedule. Are you bringing a series to Amazon? Have you heard any PBC series coming? I haven't.
PBC reality show?
No, I'm talking about like a Tuesday night fight.
Yeah. No, I hear.
You know what I mean? Like HBO After Dark.
Sure.
Something like that. What was Showtime with Showbox? Yeah. They all had these series. You know what I'm saying? Of like, I haven't heard shit like that. And seriously, they have a lot of guys that are looking to come back. You think that there would at least be some rumors. I mean, we got Wilder who's trying to make a comeback. He just lost to Parker. You got Charlo, just lost to Canelo. You got Spence, just lost to Crawford, right? We got comeback galore out of the PBC. The young man who just lost to Inoue. You know what I'm saying? Fulton. He was a damn good champ. He should be main event on a free card. But nothing. Plant? You got Plant? Nothing.
No, where the fuck has he been, right? Yeah.
Where's he been? Like they have so many fighters that you think that they would have already announced all of them with TBA if they were doing something.
Right.
It seems like I don't know, man. Seems like pay-per-view only for PBC, and you get what they buy, or however you want to say that. That's all there is, man. If you don't make this fight hot, ain't nobody eating.
No. Damn, that's gonna be. I'm looking forward to see how that turns out, because we're about a month and a half away from that fight with Sue and Thurman, And yeah, nothing else. I mean, let me see. So they said Gervonta, right? Probably in the near future, right? Sometime. I think they said was it summer? I think they said like late summer. I think I don't remember the time frame, but I want to say they mentioned Gervonta. Who else? I'm sure they're gonna bring back Wilder at some point before the end of the year. Those are the ones that I think that are as close to big name, big recognition type of fights that they can put together.
Wilder's comeback belongs on a platform that's trying to get started. Wilder has that star
Mm.
power. He's got a lot of PBC fans and a lot of Floyd fans that know him, right? Because he was kind of hot as soon as Floyd was kind of getting out of there.
Mm.
He's not being signed because he's probably like, what do you mean there ain't no, where's the money?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you that because, like, I mean, even his fight with when was it the Hellenius? I think it was right after his
Yeah,
fight that with Fury before he fought Parker. I think even that was on pay-per-view.
it was.
It's like what the fuck, dude? Like, who's gonna come in town and be like, no, we're gonna put you on free TV and it's gonna be substantially less money? Like, no, I'll pass.
Like Amazon's only giving us 2 million per
Yeah,
fight now. You know what I mean? Like I can't see Amazon giving these guys that much money. They don't need they don't even need it.
yeah,
They're doing you a favor. You're not doing Amazon a favor. They already own everything.
sure.
They're yeah. Yeah. It's going to be very interesting. I'm almost more interested in the numbers than I am the fight. That's kind of sad.
Yeah, it is. It is. I
Hopefully
mean,
that
why not?
changes. No. I love Zoo. I
Right,
love
right.
Zoo and I love his attitude towards boxing. Um it's the company he's working for that I'm not. And look, and I was liking the PBC last year, man. Hey, you're getting dark on me.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Let me close the fucking vents. I mean the
Yep,
curtains.
I hear you.
Hold on. Hold on. We got-
It's a commercial break.
All right. This is.
I was doing a commercial break.
I will get a light here in the near future, but the sun, like my room, happens to be facing away from the sun when it comes up, but when it comes down, it's like right there. So it was like peeking through my curtains and
Yeah, you're
my
good now.
my closet. But all right. So yeah. So you were like Ginsu, right? And then
Yeah,
and PBC last year, right?
they started doing crossover fights. They
Yeah.
started it seemed like allowing their guys to go out and try to strike deals elsewhere. So everything seemed good. Then here comes this stupid Amazon deal, and right away, all right, now you guys go out there and start rejecting shit again. And I was like, nah, they like went right back to fight, what
Sure.
they were when this thing first started, and really, he had nothing else. Raleigh versus Pitbull is like one of the best fights he can put together right now. It's fucking sad for the talent that man had.
Mm.
To where it has dwindled down to. It's all his fault. Not keeping them active, overpaying them for fighting nobody. So then when you want them to finally face each other, now they're asking you for these outrageous fucking prices because, hey, if you paid me $5 million to fight fucking Joe Blow from the corner, why can't I make $10 million if I have to fight the champ?
Yeah.
We're fighting for legacy. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, and you know what? On that note, because you mentioned it earlier when we started the conversation about the low point that we are right now and the money that was being sent out, could that have been part of the downfall? Like overpaying these guys?
Oh, hell yeah, that's what
Like
I've been.
substantially?
Yes.
Because like I mean, look, we all understand that boxers want to get paid every last fucking penny because their athletic prime is only so many number of years. So for them to eke out every last fucking penny that they possibly can out of their promoters or whatever sponsorship is understandable because more often than not, when boxers leave the sport, they kind of don't have anything else to go to. So they kind of have to really depend on that. So I get that. And by no stretch of the imagination do I want to take money away from a fucking boxer. But dude, some of these fucking paydays are fucking outrageous. So it no wonder that some of these guys, some of these PPC guys don't want to cross the street and face someone else over here because he can still get paid quite nicely, handsomely from PPC and Al by fighting some fucking no-name. You know what I'm saying? It's essentially the MO, sorry.
That is absolutely what started the war. Was Al Heyman was overpaying to the point where he was outpricing the other 3 companies, Golden Boy, DAZN, and Top Rank. He was outpricing them. They would come, hey man, Why aren't you going to give me this to fight your guy? Al's giving me $3 million to fight on Fox next Saturday against Joe Blow.
Yeah.
Al's giving me $3 million to fight on what was the BET? Didn't they have a BET? They had like BET. Dude, they were all over the place when PBC first came out. He bought these spots everywhere. But he's overpaying. Look, I'm telling you, he was better than Don King as far as ripping people off and getting away with it. No, he really was.
Because he's better than Don King. I was like, hold up. I was like, I'm ripping people off. Oh, gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. No, that thing that he pulled off, the judge couldn't even break it. That's how good it was. That's called bulletproof, man. Fucking robbed you guys. The judge couldn't even turn it around. Done. 750 million. Gone. Then, I'm telling you, we're never going to know the real story about the contracts until these guys are older, all starting to lose their homes. You know, Charlo, he won't be living in that big ass house because his paydays aren't even that big anymore. He was never the man. He always overbought. I hope his real estate is really good. They always talk about real estate, so hopefully that keeps him there. But as far as his sports payouts, they're coming down. They're not the same. So once they start losing that lifestyle, that's when we're going to start hearing, yeah, man, I made $3 million on that night, but my manager / promoter / fucking daddy / pimp, he took this percentage, and not only did he take it from me, he took it from the opponent, and he took it from the 6 guys on the undercard too. Can you imagine how much money he's raking in when he owns the whole fucking card?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The whole card, Miguel. There's not a fighter on any of the PBC cards that were coming from anywhere else for like 5 years. He's double ending. He's a real estate agent in a community only selling and buying to himself.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the money that he made off of the 750?
Jesus.
Yeah. Once they pull out the I don't even have the calculator. But once we start getting those pieces of evidence from the fighters, man, he was taking 5 from me. He was taking 10% from me, whatever the number is. Yeah. Then we start putting the numbers together in a big-ass calculator, our Espinoza calculator.
Right. Oh, yes. It makes a comeback, right? Espinoza.
We're going to we will see what he was actually robbing these people for. So I got a lot of confidence that number is going to be very high about 15 years from now.
So how do you figure they're gonna try to pull off Canelo and Charlo? I mean, it's gonna be on the fucking like. Are they really gonna like?
First off,
you know, because we know Canelo works off a guarantee, or at least had worked previously.
First, has it been officially announced?
No.
No, I haven't seen it either.
Nope. Just that announcement, right? Or an announcement from Canelo talking about his TV Azteca deal, and then making sure to. I mean, he confirmed that he's going to be fighting on Cinco de Mayo weekend against who he hasn't said. He just kind of alluded to potentially Charlo because he did say it's going to be an American. Yeah. As a matter of fact, and I think even since then, I think he. I don't remember if it was even on that particular interview. It might have been elsewhere, but I think he scratched the idea of Crawford. So Crawford is not even in the picture as of right now.
Good.
So besides that, at least Charlo, unless he's subliminally telling us that it's going to end up being Benavidez because after all he's American. So I don't know if that's the direction he's going to go, but as of right now, it's sounding like Charlo.
Yeah, and what I thought last week was they're negotiating right now, right?
Sure.
So right now, Al Heyman seemed like he wasn't budging on the price because he thinks there was an avenue for pay-per-view in Mexico, right? Mm-hmm. So he was trying to get Canelo to do pay-per-view in Mexico. Sure. Well, Canelo said, hey, fuck that. Give me the phone. Strikes a deal with TV Azteca, goes out in public and announces it. And then he gets back on the phone. Hey, did you see what I did this week? That's what I think about your fucking negotiating about me fighting on pay-per-view here. So do we have a fight or what? Hangs up. Yeah. Now the ball is back in Al's court. Now Al needs to go and say, hey, can I make this 30 million plus fight without Mexico as an option? Because the fucker already went out and signed a deal. Yeah. Remember, he's his own boss. You know what I mean? And I totally think he did that as a fuck you to Al Heyman. Like, we're not playing your ball. You're playing my
Yeah.
ball.
Right.
Right? So you're an advisor. If I was Canelo, I'd walk into that room like, I heard you were an advisor, a manager, right? Do your fucking job. If you're going to make this fight, we're going to make this fight. If not, I'm walking to either ESPN or Golden Boy or DAZN. I can go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
He literally could, too, because I think Bob would probably want to work with him, too. So the ball is in Al's court. The fight hasn't been announced. I don't think that's a coincidence. Dead serious, man.
Well, let me see. So the average like training camp is what, 6 weeks roughly, maybe, right? So that's about a month and a half out. So if the fight is Cinco de Mayo weekend, we're looking at probably the beginning of April, we'll say, maybe the last week of March. So we need to have some sort of announcement by mid to late March to give these guys enough time to train for the training camp to come around for Cinco de Mayo weekend. So we can kind of surmise from that we're expecting some sort of announcement
soon. Very soon, man.
No more than mid to late March. So we're looking at there's a month still. So I mean, it's already the 17th. So we're already headed towards the second half of February.
That's a real fast fight, though. That's a real fast promotion. I mean,
yeah, that's true. Yeah, they're going to have to do the press conference, right? They're going to do the tour. Oh man, yeah, they're really cutting it close.
They're starting to cut it close. I didn't even think about the date, man. I forgot all about that. We're already in February. He's supposed to be fighting in May. Like, yeah, I'm thinking that announcement's coming sooner than later. I don't think they pushed that all the way until late March. If anything, I'm giving this until the second week of March. If it's not happening, Canelo might be moving. Either he's moving off of May 4th date. Maybe he fight. Remember, didn't one time he fought like the week after Mexican Independence Weekend on September? Didn't he do that before?
I know he fought when he premiered on DAZN. It was in December. I remember that. I don't remember about anyone beyond that one. I mean, he might have.
I could have swore there was one where he does it like the week after. He didn't do it on the because the date, because this bullshit right here, negotiating. He's gonna move off of the date again.
We've seen this before, right?
Yeah,
we've had this exact discussion at some point. I'm fairly certain that he did have to push it back. It wasn't Cinco de Mayo weekend at one time.
Right. So it's listen. I got to go back to who's on the undercard. Who's putting up the money? Like, if I'm Al, at some point you go, hey, look, all right, you want 35 million. You're not fighting for anything less than 30, whatever your big diva demands are. How about you put up the money to buy the event or some shit? I'm giving you this platform in America that's fucking, the most views you'll ever get probably is this one fucking company. I got that. But I don't have the 20 million or whatever you want me just to throw out there to get this event all going. I mean, they have no one backing this, dude.
No,
there's not even a pay-per-view. It's not even like Amazon's like, you know what? We've done this all the time. Don't even worry about it. They don't know what the fuck they're doing either.
No, really. And I want to say there's actually there's an MMA organization called One Fighting Championship, if I'm not mistaken. I think they're on Amazon or TBS or some shit, but they're like on there. But it's an MMA organization. They're not dealing with anywhere near the amount of fucking money, I'm sure, as some of these other fucking fighters. So I don't know, and I don't even know. Are they even on pay-per-view? Fuck, I gotta look into that because I'm not sure if even their fights are on pay-per-view because I don't think they are. I think they're just like a regular Prime Video. But that's really as I understand it, if I recall correctly, that's like the only to that extent is what Amazon is familiar with prize fighting and putting on together fights. So I don't think it doesn't look good for PBC. It doesn't look good.
Right now, how we're explaining it does not sound good, and I'm sorry, but I'm only going off of the no guarantee. To me, that no guarantee is so big. It's so big because that's, man, that was almost what the guys were fighting for was the guaranteed money. Just like in football. Those dudes, they only play for guaranteed money, Miguel. They fucking hate incentives. They don't want, you need to get 30 tackles in one game and we'll give you another million. Fuck your fucking extra stuff. Just get, what am I worth? Give me what I'm worth, not what I should be doing to make money. Right? You kind of get what I'm saying there?
Yeah.
Everyone wants guaranteed money, bro. Raleigh, you're so fucking stupid. I'm gonna keep saying, bro, because you came out in public talking that nonsense.
Yeah.
I took less money. You literally told the people that.
Like it was a flex or something.
Exactly.
Like, what? And he's like, I took less money for a harder fight. And I'm getting, like, like, bashed. It's like, yeah. Like, of course you are. What else? Like, what else can you really do? Come on now.
It's like, dude, the number would have to be so big because they don't want to talk numbers, but they had to have told Raleigh something like, oh, if you guys sell this amount, I guarantee your percentage will be here. They had to have given him some bullshit number that he don't want to tell us, because then we have a mark that they have to hit, right? If we'll be like, all right, did you guys get that? No, we didn't get that at all. Then we all laugh at them. Right now, we don't know the mark, so whatever they say, and then we can't. We'll just have to take like PBC for life. We just have to take them for their word, right? That's been Leonard Ellerby's whole career.
Yeah, and we know he's gonna fucking lie, even if he doesn't reach the amount that he was promised. I guess he's gonna come out and be like, oh yeah, I got paid. Like, no, you didn't. Come on, fool. I saw the pay-per-view numbers. Come on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yes. So yeah, no, dude. The guaranteed thing is gonna be huge. Yeah, we'll see where it goes. We will see where it goes.
That's an interesting topic for damn sure. Other than that, there's not really much of an eventful weekend, really, right? It was relatively slow.
I got one.
Oh, by all means, yes.
Bill Haney, dude. I gotta go back to Bill.
What about Bill?
Did you see his little reel he did on Ryan Garcia this week about the drug use?
I thought I saw a tweet from Devin talking about Coke or something.
Okay.
That's how I remember, but that was
Bill. All right, you guys. If no one is following Bill Haney on Instagram, I don't know if it's Facebook or Instagram, but you guys got to go follow Bill Haney. The dude is bringing out, I don't know who's doing his videos now, but they're professional as fuck. Like, he's got little movies edited in between his little.
Yeah. He puts it on Instagram. I'm putting them up right now. And it looks like he's doing it there.
Yeah, man. He's got like comic designs, with the little titles and it. He's getting all professional with his trolling. Very professional, Bill. I'm very thumbs up, dude. He makes me laugh a lot. But he goes after I think Ryan. I thought it was Ryan he went after with because Ryan was calling him a pimp. You remember that?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he does a response video of that, and Devin might have piggybacked off of that, but it's his dad who's the first one. Ryan does look. Hey, we said that, bro. He hangs around with Floyd and them. Yeah. They don't care about the kid. Now all of a sudden he's saying some off the wall shit.
Didn't
Ryan?
Go ahead,
You wait a minute, because I can't even blame Floyd. You know what? I'm not even gonna blame Floyd. Ryan Garcia is hanging around in LA and Hollywood too much. Ryan Garcia is hanging around with the social media crowds too much. That's where he's going to get fucked up in drugs. That's where he's going to fuck his life up and partying too much, not sleeping enough. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not going to put that on Floyd, because Floyd never showed that type of behavior. That's not right. Him hanging around with all those other nitwits out there in Hollywood and shit, that's what's going to get him fucked up. And I do agree with Bill and Devin. He looks a little bit weird in that video.
Yeah.
How he's talking and how he's fidgety.
Yeah. That looks like Tweaker, yo. And look, I've thankfully I haven't been around them too much, but I have been around them. You know what I'm saying? It's like almost like, they're chilling, they're lying down, they have their feet crossed, and they're just like constantly doing this thing with their foot kind of thing, and they're just like, they can't sit still. It's almost like they're paranoid or something like that. That is literally what I've seen in that fucking video.
His remarks,
obviously, yeah.
Oh, I'll fucking knock him out, and your dad's pimping you. Yeah, he's a fucking pimp. Just the way he's talking is like, he's so out of character right now.
Yeah.
he's so. Did you see him do the interview with the girl? I don't know her name. She's some social media
yeah,
girl.
the one that she was hitting the pads with, right? I didn't see the interview. I just saw they were hitting the pads.
He looks such like a little boy during this interview, bro. First thing he does is he slugs her. I'm not gonna say full speed, but 80%, and you're not supposed to do that. When you're a professional boxer, you should not be throwing fucking 80% of your speed at a normal girl. If she breaks her hand, you're fucked. If anything in that interview went south, she's suing you the next day for her injured hand everybody has on camera. You sticking hella fast. And he's like, "Oh, come on, don't get hurt." He hella, like makes fun of her. He's like, "Bro, she's a fucking girl. She's a little girl on top, or a little lady. I don't know. She's probably 18.
But he's small. Yeah, no.
She's very small, bro. No disrespect. Don't fucking start with that counseling shit. Did he call her a little? You guys know what I'm saying.
She's a grown-ass adult.
Yeah, she's a grown-ass adult, but she's small, Miguel. He's over there smacking her hands. He chases her around the room in one of the... It's like, bro, what is this, 2 high school kids in here?
Yeah. Well, that girl just got divorced. She just recently had a divorce. And it was some shit, too. Like, she recently separated from the dude because I follow some other people's accounts. And I was like... And I didn't know who the fuck she was. I legit did not know. It wasn't until, like, I saw... she was tagged in like the Instagram post, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this? I don't know who the hell this is." And then it sent me to like her page, and I was like, "Oh, I know exactly who the fuck this chick." There's like a lot of talk about this girl getting divorced recently, and the reasons are all rumored, but she's if what is going on with Ryan and his the mother of his child, him announcing a divorce recently, and then so is this chick over here. It's like, okay, here we go.
Now I know why they were chasing each other.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just like, and then now you know why he was acting like a little fucking boy, like pulling her fucking pigtails, kind of thing.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
Oh, geez, here we go. So once we start connecting the dots, we're like, all right, really, that's what it is. But I did see that video where he was like fidgeting around and he wouldn't stay still.
The Inouye talk. The Inouye talk a few weeks ago.
Right.
It's gonna be the biggest pay-per-view. Like, do you know what that would sound like in a room? And then they'd be like, "Ryan, who are you talking about?" "Oh, it's this guy. He weighs 126 pounds. And does he weigh 126 or is it 122?
122.
Yeah, 122. Like, you're a fucking joke. That's what we're saying. Oh yeah, I can't wait till that fight. Can't wait until he gains 40 pounds and you stay at 140. You're not gonna move." Joke. The dude has become a joke overnight. You know what? I hella rocked Ryan in the beginning, and it was always.
We all did.
I know.
That was something, right? Yeah.
But he has just totally transformed himself. He's fallen in love with the Paul guy, Jake Paul, and them. He wants to be more of them than he does of boxing nowadays. That's what it is. And honestly, I believe after Devin Haney whoops his ass, you look for him to sign with Jake Paul and probably do some circus shows like that. That's probably where his future will end up.
But I mean, can he though? Like, what? I don't know.
They'll call out an MMA guy. The same MMA guys. Remember the MMA guys that were trying to fight Gervonta Davis? They'll all just start calling his name out, and he'll fight him. And
some of the dudes that are calling him out are with the UFC, so they can't do shit. Dana's not gonna let them do anything. It's gonna be guys outside of the organization that I'm sure that there's plenty of them. It's not like there aren't any of them, but there's plenty of them. But yeah, that seems like the direction they're gonna end up going. Because that would make sense. That would make sense.
Devin, Dana will do the fight if he thinks he's going to win. Remember, Dana reached over with McGregor.
Yeah.
If the money's right, which it will be with Ryan Garcia, the pay-per-view buys will be there. I think he totally goes over, and then him and Jake Paul have their little fucking beef. They can.
But would he you think he would do business with Jake? Like,
yes, I think
knowing how much beef there is between them.
Dana's not a dumb man. I've never seen that in Dana White. Dana loves making money. He don't care about. Listen, I'm not trying to be mean, but through his actions, make me feel like Dana is more about the UFC than he is about the fighters. So if that if that guy is in a position to make UFC a lot of money, and they think they're gonna win, because Ryan's hey, look, after Devin handles him, we don't know mentally where Ryan's gonna be at anymore, right? He might totally be out of boxing. Listen, I know it's nitpicking, But the way he's moving in some of his training, and even the mitts with the girl, his feet are crossing, they're coming together. Just all the bad habits where it's like, dude, aren't you a fucking boxer? Like, boxers shadow box anywhere. Like, we know how to move just because we've been moving this way for 20 fucking years. Like, there is no, oh, I messed up, dude. Now I'm boxing. Wait, now I'm really boxing here. Let me turn it on. There is no turning on. It's like riding a fucking bike.
Yeah. No, it's second nature at that point.
Second nature. Yeah. So I'm sitting here and I'm watching this kid and all of his bad habits. His jump roping skills. Not saying a crackhead, but crackish. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
But that was
similar.
Yeah. If I would have seen that, Miguel, I'm never betting on him. I'm never betting on him. That's not what a boxer. It makes me so mad that I seen that video after the fight.
After the fact. I would have liked to have seen that before. Yeah, no, I mean, from the time that I've seen his videos where he was hitting that damn like speed bag that's on the ground, right?
Yeah.
And how often he would close his eyes when he throws shots. I was like, why the fuck do you do that? Like, so, I would do that. You know, I'm a fucking amateur. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would close my eyes when punches get thrown at me. It doesn't, you stop sparring for a while, and that's the fucking habit comes back. It's all in our in our instinct. Somebody splashes water at you, you're like, right? You don't do that in a fucking fight, right? Obviously, you're supposed to, keep your chin tucked in and move forward. But when I would see how he would close his eyes when he would hit stuff, I'm like, why? Since when do you do that? Like, what the hell, dude? From back then, even those videos, like, all right, this guy's fast. I get it, right? His nickname, I think, was like Flash for a while before it was King Ryan. And I was like, all right, cool, he's fast, and he's got a nice little, quick check left hook there. But besides that, it's like his fundamentals were just so bad. When I see that, I'm like, why doesn't anybody else mention the fact that he keeps closing his eyes when he's hitting a fucking punching bag? They're not even punches being thrown back at him. Why is he closing his eyes? So
his speed is what carried him in the amateurs. Look, Ryan Garcia is that fighter that has the fast enough hands for 3 rounds. You can't deal with it. For 3 rounds, that man can just work you. But for 12, nope. For 10, no. Some of those guys, they don't transition over into the pros because of now the fight is a real fight. This isn't just fucking 6 minutes.
Or points. Right? You're not scoring points.
I guess at certain age, it's got to be 9 minutes. But, even when he's younger, it's only 2-minute rounds. So now he has these fast-ass hands. And he's only got to box for 2 minutes. Probably very carried him a long time. And while I say it carried him, he never won gold. He never made the Olympic team. Yeah. So even though he had all this speed in the amateurs and had a lot of wins, he never does make it to the highest spot, even in the amateurs. Mm-hmm. So now as a pro, his first fight is a total disaster. I don't give a fuck. That first fight is a total disaster. To me, he didn't even get punched. I think he just didn't want to get punched. It wasn't. I think that's literally why he went on that knee. He's seeing what was about to happen.
Yeah, no, it is, and look, I tell people this all the time. This is one of the reasons I'm a fan of professional prize fighters and prize fighting and watching fights, both MMA and in boxing. But using this example in boxing, like we're not talking about dunking or throwing touchdowns. We're talking about getting punched in the fucking face. You know what I'm saying? Like you get hit with a body shot, right? Just like fucking Ryan. You go and you take a knee. You think to yourself, okay, I'm hurt. I'm not 100%. I know this. My opponent knows this. Everybody else knows this, right? So it's like, all right, I have 10 seconds to make a choice. Either I get back up knowing that I'm hindered and could potentially get hurt even worse because I'm not 100%, obviously because I just took a knee, and my opponent knows it, and my opponent knows that I know that he knows. So it's like, all right, either I know I can get up and get hurt even worse and knock the fuck out, or I, live to fight another day or whatever the fuck, right? So it's like you make that fucking choice. Some guys, the majority of them, they'll stand back up because they know that that's their only shot at winning now. Now they're definitely behind the scorecards. So the fact that they have that fear in them, they're like, bite down in the fucking mouthpiece, get up, and it's like, continue doing it. Seeing Arturo Gatti get dropped by Mickey Ward in that fucking 9th round, it's like, oh my gosh, he gets up and, Amir Khan and Marcos Maidana, when he drops Maidana early on, the fucking neck is his vein is popping out of his neck, and he gets up and he's like, I gotta keep going. Ryan didn't have that. Ryan did not. He knew he could potentially get hurt even worse, and it's going to be probably even more detrimental to his career. So he said, "He who fights and runs away lives to fight another." So he says like, "All right, cool." And no shade on that. Sometimes it's just what you have to fucking do, right? But you see it in his face. It wasn't that he couldn't get up, as that he chose not to, And that's just that's what kills me the most. But that's one of the reasons why I'm such a fan of professional prize fighting, is because the fighters that do get up, it's like fuck. And then maybe later on in the fight he ends up winning, or like holy fuck, this whole roller coaster of emotions that I'm experiencing watching this fight is unlike any other professional sport, for me at least. So seeing Ryan just kind of stay there and then even give a little smile, it's like, no, god damn it, bro, fuck. That
got up got up immediately at 10, walked across the ring. It was all bad. It was all bad, and he will not have no room to wiggle versus Haney. And Haney looked pretty fucking good in his last fight. He looked big. His punches looked harder. You know what I mean? He looks like he's really
Do you think he finishes Ryan?
That's gonna be up to Garcia. Because Garcia, I don't know Garcia's chin yet. We're gonna start with his mental.
Okay.
He has a potential of breaking him mentally again. So before I get to Garcia's chin, because I never really got to see it, Davis did drop him though too.
Davis dropped him, and Luke Campbell dropped him. So he did get up. Luke Campbell isn't exactly the knockout puncher.
But he got dropped by Campbell pretty hard.
And so he got up. So okay,
I'm gonna say Devin Haney's gonna knock him out. Yeah. Because I think Devin Haney wants a statement fight. And this is the perfect guy, right? He's not highly respected, right, by the Haneys. I think they all know that he's more of a social media fighter than an actual influencer than an actual fighter. So you look for Haney to come in, and then if Haney grows into this body anymore, he looked pretty damn good against Prograis. And Prograis, to me, way more of a fighter. Like, I would love to see Prograis versus Garcia. You know what I'm saying? Sure. I don't know if he passes that test. Yeah. No, I might be betting. Yeah, you might be right onto something there. You see what the bet is on Haney by stoppage against Garcia.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because there's a saying in the fight game. It's like you win this one, you look good on the next one, right? And I think this fight with Haney fighting Regis first, we were there, right? So we saw it. We were expecting at some point for Haney to finish Prograis. We thought, okay, you're whooping his ass, you're totally schooling him to really make an impact and really let the whole fucking 140-pound division on notice. Like, I stopped this dude who's the difficult as fuck to finish, but he didn't do it. So it's like, all right, cool. So looking at it from the saying of just win this one, look good on the next one. The next one is Ryan. He's gonna look good on that one. He's gonna finish Ryan. That's gonna be the highest profile fight, at 140 for him right now.
And so that really sets it off.
It does. If there's one fight where he's gonna have to look spectacular and finish the guy, it's gonna have to be that one, and he's got the perfect opponent in front of him.
Yeah. I'm telling you right now, I don't know if Ryan has the mental to not have a who was it? He's in my mind. The man that fought Lennox Lewis, Oliver McCall moment, bro.
Oh, which I was crying in the ring?
Yeah. I'm dead serious. Ryan, you put pressure on him. I'm not, because he's shown that side, and he comes from a generation where that's actually like a flex with these young men.
Yeah.
I could show my emotions. And I'm not against that at all. In your house, amongst family,
right? Amongst your close friends.
But no, you shouldn't be in the superstore breaking down, or you know what I mean? Like, you still gotta be, man up on some of this shit.
Yeah.
But this new generation of kids, man, I don't know. I could totally see him thinking he's gonna become a victim, right? Let the pressure get too much, and he already turned into a victim by using De La Hoya and Hopkins. I totally think he played that victim card with that whole turn that fight into, it was them against me, instead of us asking him, so what happened on that knee? We all kind of left that question alone, and now the interview's like, give us a hot take on Oscar. Do you like Oscar? Do you like Bernard? Right? That's the hot take now, not about his knee. So he took that victim card there. He don't have that one anymore. So the next one might be, the world is just too tough.
trying to garner sympathy, right, from fucking people. No, that's totally plausible, dude. I wouldn't be surprised if some shit like that goes down, and he just kind of like,
Bill Haney, get on it.
Yeah,
Bill could break him in the fucking press conference, bro.
Yeah. Dude, they're gonna get in his head during that press conference. They're gonna fucking do it. And if we thought, and I think to some degree, even Regis knew that they were gonna get into his head. That's why he didn't want to play those games, right? He stayed out of it. His corner trainer got into it. Yep. But he's like, y'all do your thing. But Ryan, he's too stupid to keep his fucking mouth shut. Keep his mouth shut. He's gonna want to engage in that, and he's gonna get fucking eaten up, yo. Yep. Like. They're gonna get in his head so bad. They're gonna get.
He already started it with that. Your father's pimping you, and then, bro, like seriously, when he doubled down and was all, no, he really is a pimp. We all know he's a pimp. At first, my dumbass was like, so was Bill Haney really a pimp in Oakland? For a split second, bro, I thought he had some dirt on him. I didn't know about Bill because he's from the town. In the town. That was crazy back in the town is the town. The town's still fucking crazy. Oakland, California is a fucking crazy place, right? So I was like, damn, don't tell me, Bill. Please don't say you have a past.
Yeah.
Please don't tell me.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, you go see what fucking, what is that, Filmo Slim? You ever heard of that pimp? There was an old pimp from the Filmo Slim. Don't tell me Bill's got a picture with him somewhere in the 70s. About to fuck Devin's life all up. Devin's like, no. He's like, how do you think you went to that private school? How do you think we paid for all those trips to Mexico? Shut the hell up, Devin.
Exactly. How do you think you paid for those expensive ass Grant gloves that you got, motherfucker? How do you think you paid for those things? I had to do what I had to do.
No, but I'm just playing. Then I kind of put two together. He's just talking about how he's doing his, talks for his son, even though I like it because he can sell a ticket. Sure. There's been many dad-son relationships in boxing that I have not liked, right, recently. This one seems to be working because Bill is smart enough to not be the head trainer, and he's quick enough to talk for his son. So it works. It fucking works.
Could it be working because he's still undefeated? Like, will that change should a loss come?
You know what, bro? He's made so much money and he has so many titles already under his belt. I know he didn't win the undisputed on this last one.
Yeah, but he's still the lineal champion. I mean, hold on, I'm getting confused. No, he was at 135, okay? Because Teofimo
here he only has one title,
right.
Okay. But he's gotten like 5 already in his career, right?
Sure.
So they've already made it. His dad has already made him. If he loses now, it's because he's fighting the best, not because he's on his way up. To me, Devin's already there. It's just about where his legacy ends now. I mean, seriously, he fights Teofimo Lopez. His legacy only goes to another notch. He fights Terrence Crawford. There is no beginning point. His beginning started at lightweights when he won the lineal down there. You know what I mean? And dude, going over to Australia and doing that twice was a thing of beauty. Right, that's a great way to start your career, man. And then even the Prograis fight, it was just a great fight. I mean, no one wanted Prograis. Prograis was a very dangerous, just a dark horse. You're not gonna make any money off of him. You won't get any respect from fighting this guy. But he could beat you. He could fucking beat you, and they still take the fight. And then in our opinion, they dominated. They dominate the fight. So Devin is on his way. Teofimo's on his way. Terrence is already there. So yeah, these guys they're already moving. It's just about what fight he takes and where he lands at now. But definitely I do think they will be going for the knockout on Ryan Garcia. I don't even think Ryan wanted this fight. I think Ryan, honestly, bro, I think Ryan probably tried to call Al Heyman, and Al Heyman still hasn't picked up the phone since he signed.
to get the Raleigh fight?
No, since he signed to fight Devin Haney, I think Al was like, well, that's it for you. Can't do shit with you with 2 losses. You know what I mean? I'll offer you $1 million or something to fight maybe, but what are you to me if you lose the Tank and Devin Haney, especially if they're both knockouts?
Yeah. That'd be some shit. Can you imagine a fucking Teofimo and Haney with press conferences with their dads in the fucking in the damn dude, like I'm up there in
Dude, didn't
the
you hear what
stage?
Bill? You didn't hear what Bill said about Telefimo's dad?
No, no, no.
So they asked him that. They're like, "Hey, you two dads." He goes, "You two dads would be great in like a press conference." He goes, "Oh yeah, when I get back to Vegas, I'll go to the liquor store and I'll talk to him." That's what he
Oh,
said. Yeah,
damn.
it was a straight low blow, dude.
Shit.
He was like, "I'll go to the
Ugh.
liquor store and I'll go talk to him." I was like,
Yeah,
"Oh fuck."
planting the seeds now.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly. Yeah,
oh
yeah,
man,
yeah.
shit, that's gonna be wild, dude. That'd be some shit. Uh, Hopefully that comes to fruition. Hopefully we get to see that, and we get to see some shit talk. That I'm looking forward to that.
The chances there because this fight is in April 20th, correct?
Um, uh,
The Haney Garcia.
Yes, it's in April. I don't remember the exact date, but it's in April. Yeah.
If Terrence Crawford doesn't get his shit together and Devin Haney looks spectacular against Ryan Garcia, look for Teofimo Lopez to point his interest into Devin all of a sudden.
Mm.
Terrence, I mean, what are we doing over here? You had the biggest win of your career. Then you come back and tell us you want to go 3 more weight divisions higher? No one's buying this bullshit, man. It sounded that was so upsetting how Terrence was like, "It's the best fight in boxing." No, it's
Yeah,
not.
and he's like, facts. Like he just
Yeah.
did a fucking microphone drop. Like, no, it ain't, fool. Like, because look, it smells of desperation. I hate it when guys, and if you're talking about moving up one weight class, that's one thing. But when you're hopping 3 or 2 or whatever the
3.
fuck, right? 3, it's just like it's so desperate. It's like, no, I think he realized how shitty of a pay-per-view number him and Errol got, and he's like, fuck that. The only other person who can come close to that won't make him look like a bully, try to fucking fight somebody like Gervonta or something like smaller than him, is to go up, and the next possible person is Canelo. So he went that direction, but it smells of desperation, dude.
Unfortunately, Gervonta Davis versus Terrence Crawford makes way more fucking sense than Terrence versus Canelo.
Yeah.
And only because he beat Barrios at the 140 pound for a WBA title. Barrios is undefeated. He has that WBA piece of shit title, whatever it was, but he had one that Gervonta fought for that night, and he won. So you're one division away from Terrence, basically.
Yeah. And Terrence is not a big welterweight to begin with,
Yeah, not 147 to 168. Come on, this is just ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
It's so no. If Devin can look good against Ryan, that's a big fight. He gets the knockout. I think he's going to start pulling some of the fame away from Terrence Crawford. Unfortunately, Terrence is on the other side of 30 now. He had one big fight, and he hasn't capitalized on it at all. At fucking all. The only thing he's given us is a not even a wet dream. It's a fucking dream fight that no one really even dreams about. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like this wasn't Manny versus Floyd.
No.
So
No,
yeah,
it was history because of the belts, and they were undefeated, and they're unifying, yada yada. So they put themselves in the history books because of that, but not because we've all been clamoring to. We've wanted that fight, sure, but at some point they jerked us around way too much to where we lost interest in it. So when it finally happened, we're like, oh, okay, I guess I'm gonna watch. But it wasn't because we were fucking clamoring. It was just like Floyd and Manny, right? Eventually they jerked us around long enough. But even still, when that fight went down, people fucking paid to watch it.
Terrence Crawford's main goals should be Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez. Those two coming up and fighting him for the undisputed, right? You can work a fight with that. If those aren't working, I would look at who's a young man in Texas? Virgil Ortiz.
Yeah. Well, Ortiz moved up to 154 now, so I'd rather not. He's going to want to do that. Crawford, I'm saying, move up to 154 to challenge something like that. Maybe, but yeah. Ortiz.
If he was gonna do it for Zoo, you think he would do it for Ortiz. But that we're still talking. Ortiz fights under an organization that makes big fights. Yeah. Sorry, no matter how we feel about the promoter of that the CEO of that company knows how to make big fights. Start at least saying Ortiz's name more, and then let Oscar work his magic and Bernard and them work their magic with Ortiz, and maybe that fight a year or two from now will sell out Dallas Stadium. Who knows? But I start with Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney. Then I stick to my own. He even has the Conor Benn card he could pull.
The backup.
You could go to UK, fight a small fight out there, sell 80,000, 100,000 seats. They would all come to watch him fight Ben in that fight. And Ben's attitude, it's a total, like, dude, stay the fuck out of Al Heyman's ear with this. Fuck, Zoo is a pipe dream. That fight, to me, bro, look, it's great as far as his legacy. You know, I went to Australia twice and beat up their guy. Great. That's not making him a lot of money, though, in my opinion.
Right. Or a superstar here in the U.S., you know.
No one's. Yeah, I don't know who's going to buy that fight here because they didn't even buy the Spence fight, what it sounds like. And then you have a platform that we don't even know about. We don't know about this platform that they're going to put that fight on. That fight would be on pay-per-view Amazon. That's nah. I'm looking for guaranteed money in 2024. The boxers' new thing should be looking for guaranteed money. Fuck all this, you know, pay-per-view and you know, I got a bigger percentage. No, you just want the bigger guaranteed purse. How about that? Let's go back to that one.
All right. Well, anything else you wanted to touch on? Any other particular, anything else that kind of crept up during the week that you might have wanted to throw in your 2 cents in?
No. Niners lost the Super Bowl for the 3rd time.
You want to throw that in there one more time?
I'll get on. This will be the last week.
Well, I mean, the season's over, so you have till next season to you know, talk about the Niners choking again.
They have a real big issue on their hand. This is what's already happening, and I knew it was going to start. The San Francisco fan base don't want Santa Clara attached to that anymore. And I knew it was going to. They're 0-3 in Santa Clara now. Do you know how many old heads you have in San Francisco that are very upset this team moved out of San Francisco and went and basically sold out, got a free check down? They're like 40-something cities away from San Francisco, bro. Did you know that?
Yes, because I actually have been. I went to that arena for WrestleMania 31 back in 2015. So yeah, I saw, like, when I pulled it up, I was like, yeah, this is not close to San Francisco at all.
They are the far, and I only know all this because this is all what's going on in the Bay Area right now, right? There's a lot of people pissed off about the Niners losing the Super Bowl, 3rd one in a row. They're the farthest team that is located outside of the city, their city that they're proclaiming they are. They're the farthest team in the NFL that they're like over 40 miles away. The other teams aren't even close to 40 miles, Miguel. It's like really weird. It's like, all right, you guys are really stretching that. You're like the only team that is over 40 miles away. You can talk all you want about this guy doesn't play in their city and that guy, these cities, they're like 5 miles away, 10 miles away. You know what I mean? You're fucking 40 fucking cities away. At some point, that like if they would have won, you really gonna hold that parade in San Francisco? I think that becomes a big issue in the Bay Area, dude, for Santa Clara and San Francisco. That would have become a big issue. So they got some things coming, but yeah, the backlash has started. The what is it called? What was it? The Babe Ruth? What did Babe Ruth the jinx or whatever? Remember
the curse?
The curse. There you go. It's the Santa Clara curse, bro.
Oh man.
They're 5-0 is now 0-3.
Why did they? Do you know why they left to begin with? Why
yes.
What were they at before? Like what?
Candlestick.
Oh, Candlestick. That's right.
Yeah, beautiful park. Hey, look, I had been there for Giants and Niner games. I went to the Niner Raider game a few times there. It was a great park. They have this spot at Candlestick where you could see either the bay or the Golden Gate Bridge. It was fucking awesome, man.
All right.
You go out there and have a drink, burn, staring at the ocean. It was a really nice park, right? A lot of magic happened in there. Fucking 5 Super Bowls in that stadium. You know what I mean? There was a lot of magic there.
Yeah.
Now they go to this dump. This bay smells like bay water. Great America's up the street. There's nothing around. You've seen it.
Yeah.
There's nothing around. There's no bars. There's no restaurant. You know, like the city. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get in your car and drive home.
Yeah, there's a long drive home.
Long ass drive home. Then I heard, and then it's all bad. It's all bad. So yeah, they used to be Candlestick. Now they're at Santa Clara. It's not going too good, and starting to see a lot of people. They're starting to get a divide, just like the Raiders. Same thing happened to the Raiders, the L.A. Oakland bullshit, right? You started getting 2 teams.
Sure.
Now we got 3. It's because soon,
Yeah.
soon you're gonna have the Las Vegas kids coming in the chat. Fuck you guys, we're Las Vegas now. Blah blah blah. Then we'll have to tell him to fuck off. You know, we're always gonna be Oakland. Oh God, it's so pathetic. It's so I fucking hate Mark.
It's funny.
Then I only get Raider shields though. I don't get anything that says Las Vegas.
Oh no.
No, only Raider shields, bro.
Yeah, that's fucking funny. It's like over here, it's like you specifically get something showing in Las Vegas. That's like what you specifically look for. Oh man.
Yes. Yeah. Can't do it.
No, I hear you. All right. Well, we're gonna wrap it up. That was a nice hour and a half show. We got nice little updates going. Well, I don't know what we got some fights coming up. I think Berlanga is gonna fight this weekend. I'm not sure. We don't have any major fights yet, but I think Berlanga fights this weekend on DAZN. Something to look forward to, I guess we can call it that. But thank you so much for joining us once more. We will be back next week, I'm sure, talking about Berlanga's results and seeing what we go from there. Make sure to check us out on all whatever social media platforms we happen to be on now. Make sure to drop us a like, a follow, all the good stuff. Thank you so much for listening once more. Once again, this has been Miguel Antonio Barragan. That is Andrew. Don't get it twisted, Lapache. This is Mad Boxing or Mad Boxing Show. Thank you so much for joining us, yo. Y'all have a good day.